Greetings all. I'm back, starting a dinner called Stacked Muffaletta Salad. Here's its picture. Mine probably won't look quite like that, but c'est la vie. And this is from June, July Bon Appetit of just this year. So that might be my most recent Bon Appetit. I'll read the ingredients. It's like a muffaletta, but without the bread, although there's some panko, crispy panko. 2 tablespoons of olive oil, plus a 1/4 cup. That probably goes in the dressing. 1/2 cup of panko and a little kosher salt. 1 garlic clove finely grated. A cup of store-bought olive salad. Excuse me. Chopped. 1/4 cup of white wine vinegar, 3 tablespoons of mayonnaise, 2 tablespoons of honey, and a teaspoon of Calabrian chili paste. I just have cut up Calabrian chilies at the very end of a jar. I'm going to use it up. Some oregano, dried pepper, iceberg lettuce, mortadella. I'm not going to read you the amounts because I'm just going to make maybe half of this for Mike and me. Although we are going to have a lot of lettuce. I bought two small iceberg lettuces. Provolone, 3 ounces of salami, a little less salami than the cheese and the mortadella. And then I'm going to grate some Parmesan on top. So, let me say that that's the recipe for this. I have a few things out. Let me walk around. I did grate my garlic already as best I could. I don't really like to grate garlic. There's some mayonnaise. It's not the real Kewpie, but it's fine. Honey, vinegar, my olive salad I bought. Here's some bread we're going to have because we need bread because although it's not a sandwich. So I've got this beautiful bread called multigrain sourdough loaf. We had bread on another video from this place called the Haymarket. Oh, so good. There's my salami, provolone, and my mortadella, my iceberg lettuce, the end of my Calabrian chilies. There's a little bit of Parmesan I'm going to grate. I think that's everything. Although the panko and the oil are over at the stove. So I'm going to brown a little panko and I'll be back. Here's my 1/2 cup of panko with 2 tablespoons of olive oil that I sauteed. It's pretty golden brown. I'm going to leave it in the skillet because I think I have a little wiggle room. So if it gets a little darker, it would be okay. I'll keep my eye on it though. Next, I'm going to put my vinaigrette together. I'll show you that in a sec. Right there you see my dressing. I guess is what they call this. So it's definitely got plenty of liquid to it. And let me tell you that what included. I'll tell you what that included. The grated garlic, the olive salad, white wine vinegar, mayonnaise, honey, Calabrian chili, oregano, and pepper. That's what's in there. Now I've chopped up my mortadella, salami, and cheese and 2 things. I'm not going to assemble this the way the recipe is because it's just Mike and me. And this is supposed to serve 6 to 8. Whoa. Well, we'll see. Well, these might be big salads. But anyway, and then here's a little Parmesan I grated. I'm going to sprinkle on top. And I just took 1 small iceberg, head of iceberg lettuce. And we're going to each have a 1/2 of a lettuce, which is not too much for me. And I'm just going to put it together. Not at all the way they expect you to. And I may have mentioned that I have corn I bought for the first time this summer. And I microwaved it. And I'm going to walk back around to my recipe in case you're interested. Stacked muffaletta salad. Mine is not going to be stacked. Let's just face it. It's just going to be put out on the plate. Anyway, my corn I cooked the lazy man's way, woman's way, in the microwave, which I used to be too snooty for. But now I've realized it's so darn easy that I'm going to do it. And then, of course, I've got my good bread right here, my nice multigrain sourdough bread. So, I think I'll assemble all this and I'll just see you back at the plates. There's 1 plate. That's mine. Salad. Not in any way assembled, like I said, but with the lettuce and then the mortadella, the salami, and the provolone. And I put the dressing that had all the olive stuff and everything in a couple layers on there. So that's, and then we cook this corn in the microwave. I don't know if we got it very done or not. There's Mike's plate. And here's Mike. Hold on, there he is. Okay. I'm not wearing red. Okay. Okay. All right, so we'll give it a try. Mike, I'm gonna try this corn first. I got knives here because we have to cut our lettuce, I think. But everything else is chopped up except the lettuce. I could have chopped it. That might have made life easier. Well, I'll be right back. Mike, what you think of this dinner tonight?
Well, I was busy eating, but now since I'm talking, it's wonderful. The salad has got everything in there that you need.
For a muffaletta.
For a muffaletta.
But you wouldn't even need to know what a muffaletta was, I don't think, to appreciate it.
That Cuban sandwich thing?
It's from New Orleans.
New Orleans.
I guess it's, what would you call that? Not Cajun, but it's a New Orleans thing for sure, a muffaletta. Yeah. Let me say, well, you give me your report. On a 1 to 10, how's that first ear of corn?
10.
10. I got to tell you, folks.
Doesn't need a thing on it. Just perfect. Just
let me say, I was worried it didn't quite get us done because I did 4 big ears of corn in the microwave. It could not be better. It is crunchy in a good way. It is.
I'm enjoying this corn as much as Tom Hanks did in Big.
No, probably. Well, yes, that was my favorite scene in the whole movie, I will say. Let me say, this corn is so sweet. It is fantastic. Like I said, first corn I bought this summer.
Really good.
Yeah. And that dressing, I will admit, put maybe even more than I needed. I tried to divide it because I'm going to make one more dinner out of this for us with what I have left over. But it didn't need, let me just show you mine. It's so flavorful, this dressing with the olives and everything that's in it, that I could have probably held back a little. But if there's any left over, you know me, I don't throw anything away. And I also said the spread that we have that's so good from our favorite place to buy bread, you don't need butter for it because you got all this really tangy, zingy, delicious salad dressing on there. So it's supposed to be like a muffaletta without the bread, although I did put the toasted panko on top of it, which adds a little bit, but it's very good. And boy, is this a summery dinner, huh? Mm-hmm. Very summery, especially with the corn. Anyway, probably be back one more time at least. Okay, well, let me give you an after-dinner report. Delicious. We both loved it. Look at Mike's plate. Show him your plate, Mike.
Look at my plate.
He gets to go to the treasure chest. He cleans his plate. And although I still have food on my plate, you'll see I've ate all that delicious sweet corn. And I'm going to eat a few more bites of this. But because I feel like it had a little bit of extra dressing, and really it's pretty meaty. What the salad needs really just is a lot more, in my book, lettuce. I could eat twice as much lettuce on there. It's good. And I will save this till tomorrow and add a little more lettuce to it and have it for lunch or something tomorrow. You know, I don't mind. Like I said, I love my leftovers. And, head lettuce, iceberg lettuce, like romaine. It can stand up to having a little dressing on it for a little while. So, anyway, we might have some of this beautiful orange flesh melon I cut last night. It's kind of got like a greenish yellow peel. I already cut it up. If you ever come across an orange flesh melon, we love them. And I don't know what else, but to go by what Dory Greenspan, who I'm a big fan of Dory Greenspan, says, always have dessert. So anyway, we had this lovely, delicious summer dinner.
Loved it.
Yeah. See you next time.